Hello there. Are you studying or wanting to study mechatronics engineering? Or do you just wondering how this crazy engineering's like? The objective of this video will be to introduce you to this engineering and guide you in case you want to study this career. And beyond that, guide you according to our experiences at IPN. Interested? Go ahead. Allow us to introduce you to this versatile engineering, talking in first place, what is mechatronics engineering, history and such, and the second one, what's a mechatronics engineer supposed to do, labor field and knowledge areas. After that, we're talking about scientific and technological approach, social and cultural approach, and environmental approach. And finally, my partners and me will talking about our experiences at UPI. So, let's gonna start with this. Make yourself comfortable and enjoy this video. What is mechatronics engineering? There is no answer as such, or at least it is quite difficult to define this discipline, precisely because of the versatility it offers. But it seeks to show its relationship with other engineering branches, its difference and its field of application, to open its potential and direction to discussion. However, we can understand it as an engineering discipline dedicated to unified design of mechanical and electrical systems, with the combined use of robotics, electronic engineering, computer science, telecommunications, systems, control engineering, and much more. The concept of mechatronics evolves together with technology and human needs, which gives way to integrate different disciplines to design, develop, and implement devices and systems with the aim of solving these needs. Mechatronics has as its immediate antecedents the research in the area of cybernetics carried out in 1936 by Alan Turing and 1948 by Norbert Wiener and Morthy. The numerical control machines, initially developed in 1946 by George Devil, the manipulators were teleoperated in 1951 by Gertz, or robotic in 1954 by Devil, and the programmable automatons developed by Bedford Associates in 1968. In 1969, Tetsudo Mori, an engineer for the Japanese company Yaskawa Electric Co., coined the term mechatronics, and in 1971 he was granted the trademark right. In 1982, Yaskawa allows the free use of the term.
I'm Angel and I'm going to tell you about the work carried out by the Mechatronic engineer.
As mentioned my partner, the Mechatronic is the union of the others engineers, and thanks to that, the Mechatronic engineer can adapt to the work presented to him. A few examples are design, build, and implement mechatronic products and systems to meet emergency needs, under the ethical commitment of their economical, social, environmental, and political impact. Generate solutions based on creativity, innovation, and continuous improvement of industrial process automation and control systems, and value, select, and integrate mechatronic devices and machines, such as robots, numerical control aids, programmable logic controls, industrial computers, among others, for the improvement of manufacturing industrial process. Speaking a little more about the work of mechatronic engineers, these work in companies that require manipulating a lot of data, such as laboratories, processing plants, and various fields of emergency research such as bioengineering, nanotechnology, and robotics. You will find engineers in mechatronics at large global companies that develop futuristic vehicles, challenge defense technology, and revolutionize consumer products. They can also work in smaller, innovative high-tech companies that supply software, parts, and equipment. They can be product developers, working on the factory, mining, and even government research groups. Mechatronic engineering is one of the careers with huge job demand in the future.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. In this time, we will talk to you about mechatronic engineering. I will tell you a little bit about the focus of science and technology on mechatronic. I will to mechatronic, as we already know, is a multidisciplinary and type in engineering. It is strong is in the area of manufacturing. Without engine, his focus of science goes on that to the discovery of universe, new designs among others. But why do I say that? We know that the instruments with which they study the cosmos, like planets, carry parts mechatronic, such as telescopes, rockets, robots, etc. We can also mention some mechatronic helps in the generation of new systems that support the care of disease, such as surgical robots and those that allow to diagnose disease. On the technology side, Mechatronic is responsible for the development of new technologies, such as the creation of machines for industry and products in general. We can say that these new developments go according to the creation of complex machines for different industrial processes.
The social and cultural approach to mechatronics engineering. I am going to talk about what is the approach of mechatronics engineering socially speaking and its contributions towards culture. Mechatronics engineering focuses directly on the field of the technological development. We can say that one of its main purposes is to invent smart products. But what is a smart product? We can call them this way to devices capable of processing information for its operation. This type of product is used on a daily basis in most of the world's homes, and this is what leads us to the analysis of the impact of mechatronic engineering in the sociocultural context. We know that the objective of technology is to modify the world to adapt it to human needs. Its purpose is to unite the knowledge acquired by science and apply it to the artifacts that help improve conditions for a better quality of life. Socially speaking, technology is related to our environment as it is optimizing and perfecting daily activities. Generally speaking, technology has benefited humanity. Technological inventions have improved our quality of life, but the most important thing is that along with this technological development, the mentality of millions of people has changed. Perhaps with this a new vision of the world, it is necessary to move forward as a society along with technology. The mechatronic engineer has to be directly related to the social sphere in order to compete in the labor market. With this study, it is possible to know the needs that society currently presents and thus be able to develop an aforementioned intelligent products. In this way, products are manufactured that fulfill a function and generate in people the feeling of needing them, just as cell phones or laptops have done. We know that mechatronics implies an evolutionary development and a defined disciplinary field. This evolutionary development has not arisen spontaneously. It is the product of the same organizational culture that gave rise to it and also carries a well-defined design philosophy. Many young women are moving away from the technological realm due to the context that is given to engineering that they are men's studies. By undoing these thoughts, many women will become involved in areas such as mechatronics. We have to talk about technology in everyday life in order to ensure that areas of studies such as mechatronics continue to develop and we continue to evolve technologically as a society.
I am Christian and I will talk a little bit about the ambient ethic of a mechatronic engineer. According to the Mexican Mechatronic Association, the mechatronic engineer shall not provide his service in the construction of weapons of mass destruction. In the world, the wars have become very normal, but these bring with them a big number of deaths, whether they are people, animals, or vegetation. According to the ONU, the engineer developed more weapons technology. This technology is able to end more and more lives. The mechatronic engineer shouldn't be part of development of this type of destruction weapons. The mechatronic engineer shouldn't accept the development of projects that are not ecologically sustainable, and realize that some projects in their company damage the ecology must be communicated to its superiors. The engineer must try to carry out his profession in such a way that his contribution tends to progress of daily life. That is why project must be developed with an ecological ethic. This point is very important because of the big problems that is being lived in Mexico and the world, as is pollution. There are countless environmental problems. Water scarcity, immoderate lodging, irresponsible exercise of hunting and fishing, among others.
As a near third semester, I have little experience in university, but I will talk about what has happened to me so far. I started going to UP from the exam preparation courses, where I met some colleagues, friends, and teachers. The staff have always been friendly and efficient, more so than in any other institute I have been to. Later, I went to for a semester as a listener, where I met more teachers and classmates from the institute. The transition from high school to university was quite complicated. However, I was able to adapt little by little. Last semester was my official semester, where despite one of the worst events of humanity, coronavirus, I have been able to get ahead. I got good grades and luckily no one in my family and loved ones got sick. The really bad thing has come in the current semester, where I have had many complications in my health and there has not been enough empathy about it. Because sometimes there is not enough trust between teachers and students. Despite the storm, I have been managed to stay strong for whatever is to come.
One of the experiences that I had at school is when I got to the career change. In the first semester, I entered the engineering career in automotive systems, but I wanted mechatronic engineer, and I wasn't until the end of the semester that I managed to get the career change. That's the experience I had in the school in these semesters.
My experience in the OP, because it is not much, I have only been studying for 2 semesters, and well, I could not even spend a whole semester in person. However, the time I was in person was an incredible experience because, other than that, the campus I like very much. Also, the knowledge that I entered the National Polytechnic Institute was the best. The teachers are very nice, the classroom are okay. In a way, the whole campus I like it.
My experience within UPI. I am going to talk about some aspects of my opinion about UPI in the time that I have been there. During the time that I have been part of the school community, I have felt quite good. Before entering university, I had very high expectations about what it would be like to study in an IPN unit. In addition to the fact that since I was about to enter high school, the specialty of mechatronics engineering was the one I wanted to study. Upon entering the unit, I could see from day one what the school's demand was like. With regard to teachers, since I entered the preparation courses, I have had quite qualified teachers who have helped me learn many things. I quite like these facilities since I like to walk to school in the morning. So far my instance within the school has been quite good. I have felt in a pleasant environment, I have learned many things, and I have really enjoyed being at the IPN.
As for my experience in UPI, I believe that teachers are a key point in the development of all students, since at some point in students' life, the students may become affected because of his notes. But most teachers encourage and support you to continue studying and even give you advice to solve personal problems. I like the library, but I would like it to be bigger. The labs are good, but just as the library lacks space for the number of students who enter to do internship. In general, I love my school,